Howdy there, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to Tekkit 2! Or, as previously discussed, Tekkit Squared, where today we're going to be, I guess, continuing with the quest line. I sort of tentatively asked in the previous installment, which was very short. Should I go ahead and let the cat out of the bag there? It was a little bit late when I recorded that one, and well, I went to bed afterward. But I did ask in that one. I was like, well, what do we do next, folks? What do we do next? Do we actually try to break this block here? Do we try to figure that little mystery out, or do we continue with the quest? And so far of the comments we've got, I basically just have, let's see, let me get those comments pulled back up here. I'm pretty sure it was Purple Lemons saying that, yeah, you should try to figure out what the Rings of Power quest is about. Keeping the dark matter block in the middle of the room is kind of funny. And you know what? It is. This is the peak of humor. I'm very much here for it. So I guess we need to speak with Spurious again, although I don't think that we need to be carrying around the Evertide amulet with us, and we probably don't need to be carrying... Well, actually, no, we'll keep the scoop with us. Who knows? On this adventure, wherever it may lead us, we might find more bees. Don't we have bees here as well? Have we found bees on our own property before? I'll be looking into that in the future. Oh, Spurious! Hello, Rees Crafts. We were hoping that you would be willing to aid us once again. We've heard rumors about a series of rare and powerful rings that can be crafted to perform powerful magic. However, we have been unable to perfect their construction. Leave me alone, please. I love that that's an option. You can just say no, but then you can come back to it. I'd be happy to help. Thank you ever so much, Rees Crafts. I assure you, we will make it well worth your while. Cool. Wait, did that... Well, I guess the quest already started last time, didn't it? That's what happened before. So, yeah, Rings of Power, 1 of 2. Spurious wants me to make him 3 unique Rings of Power. So he wants the Ignition Ring, the Zero Ring, and the Black Hole Band. Alright, we can definitely do that. He doesn't want to see Swiftfoot's Rending Gale? Swiftfoot's Rending Gale is pretty cool. One thing we never talked about with Swiftfoot's Rending Gale is that you can put it on a pedestal, and apparently it'll shoot lightning at nearby mobs. So every 3.5 seconds it could just be vaporizing guys with lightning. That's kind of cool, but also maybe kind of risky, because underneath, like, the wrong circumstances, not the right ones, mind you, the wrong ones, that might catch a forest on fire and burn your house down. So, I don't know if that's true. It might not work exactly like that, but I've already forgotten which rings we're supposed to be building. Let's see. I think it was the Black Hole Band. Was that right? Was that even a thing? Black Hole Band does exist, yeah. And then also the... Let's see. There's actually, like, multiple different rings, but okay, the Ignition Ring and the Zero Ring. Alright. I don't know what those have in common, if anything. Ignition Ring and Zero. I know what they do on a pedestal. So yeah, on a pedestal, it sucks in nearby item drops and dumps in adjacent inventories. That's cool. Ignition Ring, nearby mobs combust, activates every 2 seconds. So that's sort of dangerous. That's kind of like Swiftfoot's Rending Gale. It's like, hey, do you want to just start fires? Why does this one have... Oh, stored EMC. Never mind. I was going to say, none of these have an EMC value. And the Zero Ring, which... extinguishes entities, freezes surroundings, and that, if you put these two out there together, a mob walking between them would just have the worst time. Immediately, like, frozen, and then thawed, and then caught on fire, and then frozen again. Freezes surroundings, activates every 2.0 seconds. Does that mean that would freeze water, I assume? Possibly? I might need to look up the actual wiki on these, though, because I don't know what they do in your inventory. We know that Swiftfoot's Rending Gale, like, it tells you what it does if you put it on a pedestal, but, like, its primary function is that it makes you fly, and then you can push a button. I don't remember which one. It might be, like, it's not T, but it might be, like, Y or something, or E, or R. There's a button you can push, and it throws out little tornadoes. I don't remember what it is exactly, but all of these have one thing in common, and that's going to be an iron band, and then all of them also have dark matter in common. So the iron band is made out of iron around... Oh, we could use the Vulcanite amulet for it! I mean, currently that's being used to prevent rain, but we don't actually need it to do that. So a simple left click will get it off of there. And then we'll need to get, let's just say, a stack of iron, and we'll get ourselves some buckets. No, we won't. As previously established, that's not necessary. Dark matter is what we're going to go ahead and get. We'll get a stack of that as who cares at the end of the day. So bands, we want to create 1, 2, 3 for him, and then 1, 2, and we're out of iron apparently. That's just how much iron we had in there. 3. So that way I can make myself some, and I can make him some. And yeah, of course it doesn't consume the Vulcanite amulet, you crazy goober. Did you really think that's how that would work? Come on. You must have known better by now. You can use it in crafting. Same in place of if you need water buckets in a recipe and you have the Eventide or the Evertide amulet, you can use it as well, which is great. So we've got our dark matter. So for this one, we just need some string. And I assume it'll work the same in our inventory as it would, similar at least, as it would on a pedestal. This requires flint and steel and Mobius fuel. So you can kind of see what is being implied there. Flint and steel. Was it 2 and then 4, or was it 4 and then 2? I don't remember. We're going to get 4 of each, and we'll find out. And that's going to need snowballs and blocks of snow. So snowballs we have made in the past. We'll just get a stack of them. And then we've never made a block of snow, but it could be useful to have more of these for the future. So we'll teach that to the system, and then once again get a stack of them. So this is going to be so quick and easy. My gosh. We'll move all of these things up here so we can do this quickly. Unfortunately, that didn't work because I didn't actually have the string, which was sort of the primary ingredient there. But we've got the 2 black hole bands, and then we'll need to build the 2 ignition rings. And I forgot already that we'd have to make 2 of all of these. So it turns out it was the flint and steel, though, that we would need 4 of. But it's a good thing we got the Mobius fuel with the 4 of those, because we ended up needing them anyway. So 2 ignition rings. And then finally, we'll need to make the 0 ring. So 1 for them, 1 for me. And I suppose we can go ahead and just turn these in now, and then we'll take a look at what they do afterward. Is this not how I finished the quest? Ignition ring 0 of 1. I made it, though. I have it. I have the ignition. It's right here in my inventory. It's literally right here. Okay, whatever. Just had to throw it on the ground and pick it up. That's fine. Thank you, Rees Crafts. There are more rings, though, if I am not mistaken. Complete Rings of Power 2 of 2. Oh, oops, wrong button. Righto. Rings of Power 2 of 2 is going to require I make Archangel, Smite, Harvest Goddess Band, and Void Ring. So if I just type in Smite, yeah, that'll show up. So we can get rid of the 3 of these. I guess we'll just look at all 6 of them and what they do when they're done. So Harvest Goddess Band, and then was the other one also a band? Let's see. I guess not. What was the last one? I've already forgotten. It was the Void Ring. I think that wait, hold on. How is that different than the? Don't we already have? Does that not? That must do something different, I guess, than the Black Hole Band. No, it does the same thing on a pedestal. Selects in nearby items and dumps them. Okay, hold on. Condenses items on the go. Press G to change target. Right-click to set up blacklist, whitelist. Shift right-click to toggle. That's kind of cool. So, oh, and it does use the Black Hole Band as well, though. So we're going to probably want to experiment with the Black Hole Band before we build that one. Well, what about these? Does this one or this one? So neither of these uses any of the previous rings. So I think we can go ahead and pretty safely build those. And then I will look up the wiki to figure out what exactly can be done with the Black Hole Band. But once again, we might as well go ahead and turn these in for the quest. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bows and 2 arrows. Oh, we're going to need to make more bands as well. A number of them. I guess I should have assumed it was one of 2, and it would expect me to make more of these rings in like part 2 of 2. So there we go. We've got our bands. And then, yeah, bows, and then we're going to need feathers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See me learning from previous mistakes. Just get a stack of feathers. Who cares? What goes into you? Poppies and saplings? Does it actually require... Okay, any type. Any type. So Poppy, once again, stack of those. Saplings, stack of those. And then you, even though we're not making you right now, you also need a gem of eternal density. So this is what condenses items on the go. Is this just like a combination of these two items into one ring? That's interesting. So that's going to require dark matter, obsidian, and it looked like some diamonds. And then from there, it's going to also need some red matter. There we go. Are we going to want one of these as well? Because if so, that means we have to build ourselves another black hole band. With the black hole band, wasn't that just like string, basically, I think, if I'm not mistaken? So, I don't know why, whatever. Whatever. Who cares? Well, can we fit all this up there? Not really. Okay, well, that'll give us one of those, and then we'll manually move everything in there for the second one. And then the Harvest Goddess band, one for me, one for him, and we're not going to bother just yet. We will go ahead and make this, the Gem of Eternal Density. Why not? Make two of those. And let me pull up the old wiki article over here for, let's see, Project E Wiki. Let's have a look at all of these rings. Let's take a nap first, so that we can get a bright start to the new day. Sunny day, something something, cares away. We should probably maybe stay outside to test all of these. We will bring our pedestal with us. I could make another one. We have plenty of EMC. But we do have... I mean, do we really need to demo any of these on a pedestal specifically? Oh my gosh. I'm running so fast right now. Okay. Project E... official Feed the Beast wiki, but then there's also like a Project E wiki linked on the actual... Hold on. Oh yeah, on the GitHub page. Magical items. Let's pick a ring. I guess since this one's about to be turned into another ring anyway, we might as well start with the black hole band. So, on the wiki, what it does, dark matter is intriguing. You have heard of its effects from your distant acquaintances, the scientists, but you, the alchemist, possess the ability to create and control it. By placing the dark matter around an iron band and fixing it in place using spider silk, you have created a ring that, when triggered, allows dark matter to resonate and pull nearby items toward you. No doubt this will be useful when mining and building. It only seems to work in alchemical spaces infused with magic, such as alchemical bag or chests, or on your body itself. Sure. So I guess what that means is if we have these just kind of lying out here, and we right-click to activate this, oh yeah, they get sucked in. But then also, if we had something like this handy-dandy chest here, and we put the ring in... Wait, would that work? Hold on. If we activated it, and then we put it inside of a chest, does it stay activated? And then will it continue to work? I mean, immediately those things get sucked in and get placed into the chest, I assume? It looks like they're kind of gone now. I don't even really see them, which is unfortunate. Oh, no, there they are. Yeah! That's cool! And then, I guess, yeah, if you had an alchemical chest, you could also place it inside of there. And then if you threw things... I don't know why we're doing this with the gems. Look at that. They get sucked right in. That's cool, and does raise the question of why you would want the pedestal to do that. Because obviously it did say that we could place this on the pedestal, and it would dump the items into adjacent inventories. But it doesn't... Oh, you know what? Probably need to turn the ring off. Place the ring on the pedestal. Activate the pedestal. Yeah. I guess that way, if you wanted to use it with a machine instead of an alchemical chest, you could use any type of inventory. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So, let's go ahead and now change it into... What the, oh, it's a butterfly. It looked like a flying monkey from The Wizard of Oz. I'm not crazy, am I? That's what you all saw as well? I got a little nervous there for a minute. So if we change that into a void ring... Wait a minute, what have I done with all of those gems of eternal density? I keep misplacing them. They just keep disappearing all over the place. Gosh darn it, we need to stop using those as experimentation here. So first off, I need to make myself an additional one of these. There we go. And then if it does the same thing as this, I might as well just have this, right? I mean, we were just making that assumption here. And I guess we can go ahead and turn these in now and then continue playing with them afterward. Hey, Spurious. Hello, Rees Crafts. We were hoping you could... Okay, yeah, no, look, I'd be happy to help. Yes, of course. Clearly, something has not been caught here, right? So let's check it. Yeah, so the Harvest Goddess Band, for whatever reason, we need to do this little maneuver. No? Did that not count? Why is the Harvest Goddess Band giving us grief? Oh, it's... Okay. Thank you, Rees Crafts. I will have another quest for you soon. Complete. Nice! We did it! I don't know if we can accept the other quest right now, or if we have to come back later. Oh, we did get rewarded! We have 6 whole industrial credits now! Neato! I don't know what to do with those. What have we got left here? Good, my inventory is much tidier now that we've gotten rid of all those additional rings. So, what is the difference between what we just looked at, the Black Hole Band, and the Void Ring? I'm opening that up. A very recent rediscovery thanks to the efforts of High Alchemist Willuilus. There's like lore to all of these, by the way. I'm not just making this stuff up. I'm reading this off of the GitHub wiki. The Void Ring is created by fusing the powerful gem of eternal density onto the seemingly incomplete Black Hole Band. You wonder how you didn't notice how well the two fit together before. The resulting Void Ring has the properties of both its constituent items and also has the extra functionality of being able to teleport the alchemist to wherever he or she is looking. What? How does that work? Wait, no, you can't just tell me something like that and then not explain it. Oh dear. I shift right-clicked it to activate it and we ended up with iron. Probably because, if I had to guess, we had something in our inventory that led to that. So if I just had, like, let's say a stack of gold. We just grabbed a stack of gold, and we shift right-clicked to activate this. Well, I would assume that what it would do is condense the gold. But it didn't. So I don't actually know what happened there. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. It's also not explaining to me how I teleport with it. Do I jump? Do I squat? What? Hold on. Project E Void Ring. The wiki is not super helpful here. I'm now on the fandom Tekkit Classic wiki. This is Tekkit Classic! This isn't gonna help me. Oh, it's V! You touch V! I figured it out all by myself. Genuinely, because I couldn't find the answer on the wiki, and I was like, well, what is a button that you commonly use with Project E? And the answer is V. How far can we go, though? Oh, dear. So apparently we can't go through solid objects unless we're going down. Yeah, we're just stuck in here now. How come we can go through some things and not others? I'm very confused. That's how we die. This is so confusing! Okay, I want to be over there. It can only... Oh, gosh! Sometimes it'll only take you, like, a little bit of the ways, and then other times it's like, nope. You're there. I feel like if we weren't wearing this armor, we'd be dead by now. And we might be dead here in a minute anyway. Just a moment to breathe. Just a moment to breathe. How do I get out of here? Not in that direction, I'll tell you that much. Not in that direction either, apparently. Okay. Jeez. Folks, I don't know if I like the Void Ring. I don't know if I like it at all. Give me back my flying ring. This is the good one here. That's the Void Ring, everyone, and somehow it also will condense things. Apparently, if you place it on the pedestal, it'll suck stuff up. Press G to change the target. I'm not sure what that means. Right-clicking creates a blacklist. This might be useful if you're exploring the mines and you want it to automatically condense things like cobblestone, I suppose. Maybe, possibly. If I had a stack of cobblestone in my inventory and we had this thing enabled, what would that net us, right? Like... Okay, yep, there goes the cobblestone. It's just inside of here now, in the form of stored EMC. That's cool. Oh, and shift right-clicking turns it back into... There's more to this than I think I understand. Pressing G doesn't actually do anything, even though it definitely thinks that it will. And then right-clicking on it opens up a blacklist, where I guess I could blacklist the cobblestone. No, I'm done with the void ring. The void ring exists. There we go. Let's move on to something maybe hopefully a little bit more simple. Like, perhaps we can read up about the ignition ring and see what that's supposed to do, and maybe it won't break our brains. So I'm back on the proper wiki here. I'm back on the GitHub, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even see ignition ring, all right? I see in interdiction torch, ring of ignition. Why is it called something different on the project? And it doesn't even have any information about it. I'm starting to think that the worst place you could possibly go to right now is the Project E GitHub page. I'm moving on from it, and I'm looking up Project E. I'm doing a Google for ignition ring, because clearly that's the more wise thing to do here. Technic platform, ring of ignition, and Project E doesn't work. Wait, hold on. The ring of ignition is a tool from Equivalent Exchange. It can be used to launch fireballs using the use key. Which is the use key? Is it like V? No, is it G? Which is the use key? No, I'm hitting every key on the keyboard here. Some of these suck and don't do anything. Hold on, we'll have to just go to controls. We'll locate Project E and we'll see what it has configured as the use key. This might be it, folks. This might explain everything to us. This might unearth all of the secrets of the universe. We just have to find Project E. Okay. Change mode is on G. Y is fire projectile. Why would that be the case? Oh, yeah. So that's kind of like the Vulcanite amulet, I guess. Oh, but kind of different. Oh, that's amazing. I mean, you want to talk about burning a house to the ground. This is like the way to do it right here. Look at how quickly I'm burning my entire property. It's fine. It's my land. I can do this if I want to. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh no, don't come and ruin my perfect day, Rain. It's actually putting out the fire. Well, that's disappointing. I was having a good time with that. When activated, it will consume 64 EMC in either alchemical fuel or Klein star charge per 10 seconds. It'll constantly light the area surrounding the user. What? I'm sorry? Using R or the use key will create a strip of fire. I'm inclined to disagree. Hitting R does nothing. R does absolutely nothing, and also I can't seem to actually activate it in any way. Again, we can go back to the controls, and we can scroll on down here to the bottom where we found Project E in the first place. We can verify. Extra function on C, charge on V. Neither of those are doing anything. No matter what orientation I push them in, it really does feel like one of the best things we can do here is just go ahead and collect the dark matter pedestal, and then use this as like a projectile weapon against the evil mobs. So here we go. We've got some right here. Hi guys, how are you doing? What if I put this on here? Look at that. So it just kind of catches them on fire, but only for a second. Probably because it's raining. We can fix that. We actually have the technology to fix that right now. We're going to head back inside. We're going to go and check on that here in a minute. But we can grab ourselves another pedestal, and we can get our Vulcanite amulet, which I guess we were using for crafting earlier, so it's still inside of here. And we'll not throw the dark matter pedestal onto the ground. We will instead set it up with the Vulcanite amulet and activate it. And there we go. Sunny days are heading our ways. So now, without the fire to extinguish them, how effective is this thing at catching enemies and burning them? Catching them on fire and burning them. Come on, guys! Pretty decent. They do stay burning when it's not raining, so that's good. Fairly effective. And now they're against each other, but that has less to do with the ring and more so... Oh, good! They catch each other on fire when they fight each other. And now he's on fire, and now everyone's on fire. This is actually solid. I'm not even bothered by this guy. He can't hurt me. Okay, well that's fun. That's the ignition ring, everyone. I'm not entirely sold on it being strictly useful in the traditional sense, but I'm happy to have it and excited to see where it goes. So the official GitHub wiki also has no information on the Zero Ring, so that's good. I guess I'll just have to do this myself. Let's see, Zero Ring Project. Here's another problem. I keep landing on pages for like Equivalent Exchange 2 or the Equivalent Exchange mod, which isn't super handy. I need Project E specifically because these things aren't absolutely equal. You know, there's some differences between them, and I'm not finding any useful information. So let's see. It's a cool tool. It can be used to launch snowballs. So is that going to be? See, this one can be charged up. Why can't this one be charged up? Why this one? I mean, I'm guessing if I hit Y. Okay, that's not how you do it. Right-clicking. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Right-clicking does place down snow. That's great. Shift right-clicking brings that right on down. Y doesn't do anything. I can put it in my offhand. None of the other buttons do anything. It does not projectile, I'm afraid to say. I'm hitting all of the buttons. But if I put it inside of here and I right-click it, maybe it'll freeze this guy? Is that even a thing? Can you freeze? Can you freeze guys? I know it'll extinguish them. He doesn't seem to be too bothered by this. Well, you know what? In that case, how about this? That was fun! Again, potentially dangerous. Potentially dangerous. That's Swift Wolf's Rending Gale. That's what makes us fly, everybody. Zero Ring. I guess if you want to freeze stuff. Could be useful. So far, all three of these are duds. We've got 3 more to go, though. Well, actually, no, this one was kind of useful. I'm going to go ahead and say the Void Ring, if you want to be able to collect stuff off the ground and have it dropped into a chest, is kind of useful. Both of these feel like they just don't work at all. Harvest Goddess Band. Let's see if we can figure out what that does. I mean, obviously, it's what it says it does. Accelerates growth of nearby crops if it's on a pedestal. Harvests nearby grown crops. I don't know where it puts them. It activates every 5 seconds. Possibly into, like, an adjacent inventory. But... oh, yeah. Here we go. This one actually has an entry. On... oh, a lot of these weren't updated since 2015. Who is managing Project E these days? Or rather, I should say, who is not? Because clearly someone is neglecting their duties. By surrounding an iron band with a sapling and infusing it with dark matter, you've created a ring that will accelerate plant growth. By focusing the energy in your inventory, you can activate the ring, dramatically accelerating growth and automatically harvesting mature plants around you. So, if I were to... oh my gosh, look at this little trio of doodahs coming in here. Maybe we should have a look at what Archangel Smite does to them. Actually, we probably should before it gets to be daylight. Although it is rumored that this item, which shoots magical homing arrows, is in the hands of certain alchemists. There's no way to create such an item that you know of. See, so that was updated on March 22nd, 2015. Clearly, it's been added since, because we made it, and there's the recipe. Let's see. Yep, just right-click to fire. You can hold it down, or you can just spam right-click. Well, that's the best one yet, isn't it? That is obviously the best one. Can we hold it in our offhand? Yeah, you can hold it in your offhand and still right-click. This might be... I mean, if we had this when we went to fight the dragon, first off, I mean, look at this. This is crazy. It doesn't seem to, like, prioritize, though, where it's going. I guess it's just whatever the arrow happens to be closer to. Get it back in my main hand. How do I do that? Like that. Can it be activated in any way? It doesn't appear like it can. And then I'm assuming we just plop that down on here. And we right-click. Maybe I should have verified that that would do anything at all before we tested it. What do you do on a pedestal? Fires arrows at nearby mobs. I'm inclined to disagree based on the fact that you're just not. Oh gosh. Come here. Get on there. Stop it. There you go. Fire the arrows. Okay, it does. Every 2 seconds, though. Like, you're much better off using it yourself. Also, define nearby. Because these guys... if these guys aren't nearby, then what is? Hold on, let's put ourselves kind of here. Put it between them and us. They have to be pretty nearby before it bothers attempting a fire. Every 2 seconds as well. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. This, though, as just a thing that we keep in our inventory... and can, like, use against enemies is kind of fun. Like, look at this. And it's infinite arrows. I'm assuming it might consume arrow, like, energy from your... if you have a Klein Star. I assume. I don't know that to be the fact. Like, a true fact. But, This is the best weapon in the game. Look at this. Look how you can deal with creepers now. This is actually crazy. I love this. We should get off of these guys' property. We don't know who controls that just yet, so we should probably not truck around over there. This is amazing. Look at this. This is insane. Archangel Smite is the best one. Okay, you know what? We need to give a fair due to the Harvest God, Harvest Goddess ban. We need to give it a proper going over here because we're not actually sure if it's great or not, or if it's terrible. So far, I mean, my ranking is... This is the... well, Swiftwolf's Rending Gale is the best one. Followed by Archangel Smite, and then the Void Ring, and then if you want to make it snow, that exists, and then this sometimes catches things on fire for a bit. That is my official review. It's not glowing. It's... I'm not seeing the use for a lot of these, but maybe this is the one here, right? So if we plant these, here we go. What gunpowder? Why is that there? I don't need to know. I don't care. What I need to know right now is how effective this is going to be at accelerating the growth. Oh my gosh, they're just going. Is this thing already activated in my inventory, or is it just its presence here? I didn't like shift right click to speed it up or anything like that. Growth mature. What about that whole, like... Okay, yeah, sure, that works. But that's me right-clicking. I thought it was supposed to auto-harvest this stuff. Wasn't that supposed to be a thing? Or does that have to be enabled in some way? V doesn't do anything. Y doesn't do anything. Maybe it has to be done with a pedestal. So let's fly back over here and we will grab our pedestal. And we'll also experiment with a chest to see whether or not it'll automatically dump the items into a chest, if that works at all. So, pedestal, Harvest Goddess Band. Whoa, baby! I guess it did automatically harvest it. Did it put it in my inventory? Hey, you know what? Maybe the ring itself needs to be actually in my inventory. Maybe that's what we did wrong. So let's hoe all of this back up again. It'd be great to know what the reach of this thing is. I don't even know. But if this is here in my inventory, instead of on my hotbar, then as these things grow, will it automatically... No, it won't. Alright, that's alright. That's okay. Let's get ourselves a chest, and we will plop down... You know what? We'll give it the best chance of working. We'll use an alchemical chest. And we will put this onto the pedestal, and we will not left-click, but rather we will right-click. You know, I just feel like it would be infinitely better if it automatically placed these things that it grew into this chest over here instead of just dropping them on the ground. But I guess if you had a second pedestal, right? Okay, we place this here, and then maybe we moved this. And we should probably correct that as well. There we go. So if we did this, and then we had the void ring plopped up there, and activated it. And I accidentally had it activated in my inventory just then. That's where the iron came from. But that'll automatically suck these off. Suck these up into here. Suck these up is what I said. And... But what about replanting? It doesn't look like it breaks them properly, right? So it doesn't replant the crops. It's kind of an awful combination, unless you then also had something that was automatically... This is terrible. I hate the Harvest Goddess Band. It's useless. That's what I'm gonna say. It also, like, doesn't seem to work all of the time. Like, so how come sometimes they grow really quickly and then other times they take a... I don't... Listen, there's one good ring here. We've spent this video making all of these rings, and I'm here to tell you, I could have saved a lot of time for our boy in there if he just asked me which rings he needed. Let me tell you which rings you need, okay? Let me give you the tier. Basically useless, okay? Almost useless. Totally useless. So actually, I should refine. Hold on just a second. Totally useless? Basically useless. No, because you could still grow things quickly if you needed to, I guess. But then again, you could just use bone meal if you're at a point where you're building a Harvest Goddess Band. I'm keeping the order. Useless, completely useless, basically useless, almost useless, essential, God tier. All right? And I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, it's the Void Ring. Where did it go? I left it on the ground back here. That's how essential it is to me. Come here, you turn off and get up here. Could potentially be useful. Okay, let me redo the ranking. Completely useless, basically useless, almost useless, potentially useful, absolutely necessary. God tier. That's the official ranking. Now I've got to deal with all this snow. Well, I think that does it for us here today, folks. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. God bless each and every one of you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!